I never see Donald run so fast because he was leading the pack because he was the last one in, so he was the first one out. When he ran, well, that gate swung back the other way, started to close. He bust through that shit, knocked it off the hinges. I'm right behind him, and I'm booking. LeBaron's behind me, we booking. Remember, no one knows what we were doing. You had all these white folks out there eating sandwiches and cheese and crackers. Yo, what's up? Yeah, man, it's about that time. I think the year was either 1981, 82, or 83. I'm not quite sure. But this is in Long Beach, California. And when you're raised a Jehovah's Witness, like most churches and stuff, when somebody's moving in the congregation, they get the younger people to help out. Younger, stronger backs. One of the brothers that had a truck, they volunteered to help move. Well, my mama volunteered me, my cousin Donald, and my best friend LeBaron. And we were all Jehovah's Witnesses. We all went to the same congregation. It was a Saturday. This woman was moving from one location to another in Long Beach. And she had a particular, I think it was not quite a house, but it was a duplex because it was joint from the back, but not from the front. Like the garage was back to back, and on the side of the house, they had these windows. And in LA, they had these narrow passages to go into the backyard. I'm talking, you might have had about 8 to 9 feet of wiggle room to walk down a short pathway to go into the backyard. And so we all got together on a Saturday. We met at the Kingdom Hall. Then we all went to her house. A couple of brothers brought trucks, and of course, young people like me, my cousin, and my best friend LeBaron, they had us do all the dirty work. Come on, grab the bedpost, grab the mattress, load them up on the truck. Now, we had a little break in time, right? And there was a rumor that said, man, if we go down that side of the house towards the backyard, there's a picture of a naked lady hanging up in one of the windows. And when you're that young, you know, everything's in print. There was no internet. If you got a chance to see a naked woman, you was gonna try to go see that naked woman. I heard it was like an oil painting, like velour, all that kind of stuff. No matter what, we was going to venture off. While everybody's eating bologna sandwiches and cheese, we snuck off, went to the side of the house, and try to be sneaky and venture off into that backyard area to look up in that one window. Because this wasn't her house that had this painting, it was the next place behind it. So we was like, ooh, we was ready. LeBaron went first, because he's the one that knew about it, right? I was second in line, and Donald, my cousin, was last. He was last a lot. My cousin Donald, I gotta explain something to you. He was 6 foot something before his voice changed. He was a big dude. Not only tall, but he was mad thickums. He had thighs, ass, he was thicky thicks. Wasn't the swiftest brother. Whenever something would go down, when we all run, this motherfucker got caught 9 times out of 10. So LeBaron went first, this little wooden gate, you open it up, had the little latch, it creaks. And we try to be, you know, cautious and quiet and, you know, tiptoe back there. They never cut the grass in this backyard. He had weeds and grass, like elephant grass. It was tall, so we was trying to maneuver and trying to be quiet at the same time. And LeBaron was getting closer, ever so closer. I was right behind him, you know, falling behind, and Don was behind me. I don't know what happened with LeBaron. As he was getting ready to look at the picture, and I was right behind him, I'm ready to take a peek at it my damn self. He tripped and knocked over something up against the wall. It was some kind of nest. Well, it was a nest full of big black bumblebees. I'd never seen this in my life. They were big, they were black, and they didn't sting, they bite. If you see them up close, they had little mouths. It was like a swarm came out and started to attack us. I never seen Donald run so fast because he was leading the pack because he was the last one in, so he was the first one out. When he ran, well, that gate swung back the other way, started to close. He bust through that shit, knocked it off the hinges. I'm right behind him, and I'm booking. LeBaron's behind me, we booking. Remember, no one knows what we were doing. You had all these white folks out there eating sandwiches and cheese and crackers. Hey, what on tarnations is going on? They see us running like in slow motion, booking, and a swarm of black ass bees, and they were loud. They were, man, we were scared to death. And back then, basketball players in the NBA wore different attire than they do now. Back then they had afros, they wore headbands and wristbands. So, of course, your boy had a jerry curl with a wristband, with wristbands and a headband. My God, I would never forget the horror I felt. These bees started attacking everybody. I mean, everybody. We was running. I mean, they was vicious. They was swooping in. So we ran in through the front door of the soon-to-be vacant house, and we running. These bees are following us in the house. So we slamming doors behind us. These things are making sounds when they hit the door. They're kid you not. So we run into the garage, and the garage is wide open. Remember, this is back in the early 80s. They didn't have electric garage door openers back then. They had a string hanging or a piece of rope with a knot in it. I ran and I leaped like Indiana Jones and grabbed that rope and yanked that garage down. And the white folks outside like, Antoine, what are you doing? I'm like, fuck you, Jack. I closed that garage. You can hear people screaming for their lives outside that garage. I felt bad. Had a little latch on the side. Yeah, I latched it and locked it. You hear them bees again hitting the garage door. And people screaming for their lives. There were other kids out there. They were getting bit the fuck up. I didn't give a damn. I was scared. They came in through the house and said, what's going on here? And it was a panic. People was out there with brooms and shovels, dustpans, swatting. I mean, it was an all-out war. They got that garage open. The bees swarmed in, and we are running, and we're ducking. And we were damn near crying because we were scared for our lives. At this point, I'm looking down at my wrist. These bees were on my wristband. I got a good look at it. I'm looking, going, they were going, I never seen nothing like this in my life. I'm a kid from Compton. I'm used to bees being black and yellow and little and with stingers on their bootay. These things were huge. They had heads that rotate and a mouth that chomped. The Baron was pointing at me. I'm pointing at him. We both had bees in our jerry curls. We was freaking the hell out. So we running. We're running. This section of the block was swarmed. It had to be hundreds of black, gigantic bumblebees. One of the brothers hopped in his truck and tried to get all the kids he could to get on the truck. We hopped on that back of that truck. One guy got the water hose out. He got his, you put your thumb on a little nozzle and he's trying to spray all the bees. It was crazy. People breaking up with water hoses and swinging. It was all out war. Me and Donald happened to get on the back of that truck as he was pulling out. We was gone. LeBaron quite didn't make it. He's running after the truck, screaming for us like, wait up, wait up. We like, we in the back of that truck. Literally, it was like a movie. I'm seeing LeBaron running after the truck, and you see bees behind him coming. It's like, it could have been a Steven Spielberg extravaganza. It was crazy. And then, to top it off, you ever see that show, What's Happening? When in the beginning they're bouncing the basketball, they're goofing around, then they hop on the back of a truck and reruns chasing after him. He can't catch up to the truck. It was just like that, but not funny. LeBaron was running for his life. To this very day, no one knows what happened. Why the bees got out. Why was the gate broke off his hinges? And what sucks, I'm not sure if LeBaron seen the picture, but I didn't get a chance to see no naked woman. Went through all that terror, wristbands, headbands, Jerry curl full of black, gigantic bumblebees, screaming like girls. Back then, your octaves were like Michael Jackson. You screamed like a girl. It was horrific. I've been chased by dogs, wild cats. I felt like I was in Africa. I never seen nothing like this in my life. To this day, if I see a black bumblebee, I freeze up. I'm like, I'm freaking out. We escaped with our lives, barely. I was traumatized. It was crazy, but we stuck together like champs. What happened, guys? I'm like, y'all was eating sandwiches. We was sitting down, talking, and bees chased us. Maybe because we're black. And I'm lying to the people of God, because we was back there trying to look at some nasties, some straight bucket naked lady, velvet painting, showing some breasts. So I heard, but never seen it. Damn, makes me mad. Oh well. We wasn't bad kids. We were just mischievous kids. Until the next time on True Stories.